Hello, folks. We are coming to you live from the grounds of the Executive Mansion, the Spawn TV, Namsobesta Chirupli, the CEO of the Power Exploration Incorporated, Mr. Friedland. Robert Friedland is meeting His Excellency President Joseph Nyuma Boakai today. So wherever you are, however you're following this live coverage, please kind of stay with us as we bring you exactly what is unfolding here at the Executive Mansion. So in the next few minutes, His Excellency President Boakai will be entering this hall. So you have several international dignitaries who are here to grace this occasion. This is actually a media briefing.
Attention, please. Once again, please be reminded to place your phones in silence as we await the arrival of His Excellency the President.
So the HPX company has been working in several countries, and it is into mineral operation.
Distinguished
So
HPX
the president
delegation,
is now the
officials of government,
into the
may I announce the arrival of His Excellency President of the Republic of
His Excellency President Joseph Nyuma Boakai has just arrived.
Please sit down. Good morning, everyone. We want to welcome you to this brief press takeout. And we have Mr. Robert Friedland of HPX and His Excellency President Joseph Boakai will begin with Mr. Friedland to give you a little briefing of the conversation that has emerged. But prior to that, we will have the Minister of Finance to say one or two words, and then we can go from there. Mr. Boakai.
Mr. President, Mr. Friedland of the HPX, Mr. Mary, the Woman Group, and delegation of the HPX as well. fellow colleagues, the cabinet, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Today happens to be a great moment in our history because we come at a time that Liberia needs to transition and create the opportunities for the Liberian people in terms of jobs that will be sustainable, and that sustainable jobs will be on the basis of the infrastructure we need. So as we gather here today, our gathering is occasioned by a strategic partnership that lays out a framework agreement between HPX, the Goldman Group, and the government of Liberia that positions for a multi-user operator framework that allows for the use of our railway. So in that context, what happens between Liberia and Guinea is that corridor that we are seeking to open. That takes away the binding constraints around how trade across our country, Guinea, and the opportunities to bring, not just only in rail, but it's also going to open up the possibility for infrastructure along electricity, ports advancement. So, Mr. President, we are pleased that such framework strategic partnership between the government of Liberia can lay out a new beginning for our country to move forward. So on this note, we'll allow for Mr. Friedland to just give a brief of what this strategic partnership means for your side and our side as the government of Liberia. Thank you.
Finance Minister Boma Kamara making the introduction.
Your Excellency, Mr. President, members of the government of Liberia, all protocol is observed. My name is Robert Friedland. I am the chairman and founder of HPX, an American company, which is the parent company of HPX, which is run by Don Lawrence, our CEO. We're an American company that has worked in this region for many years. And in fact, our group has worked in Africa for over 40 years, developing resources in the Democratic Republic of Congo, South Africa, Niger, and many other African countries. We're honored today to tell you that we would like to take the first important steps to put together an international consortium to build a new corridor of infrastructure development in this part of the world, linking the Republic of Guinea and Liberia, joining their hands in mutual accommodation to develop the strengths and skills and natural resources of this region. This is not a mining project. This is a project to develop a multi-user corridor, open to everyone, independently managed, in an absolutely open and transparent manner to develop this region economically. And to that end, we will announce the details shortly of our first initial agreement to seek support from the government of the United States of America, the G7 nations, and any other friendly nation that would like to assist in opening up the green mineral wealth of this part of the world. Liberia is blessed with abundant iron ore, precious metals, agricultural production. Guinea is also blessed with abundant iron ore and agricultural potential that desperately needs access to the sea. I was born in 1950. It's been some 50 years since the Liberian Railroad was originally built. It's time to build a new rail and port with the world's best environmental and governance standards. So we will seek the support of the United States of America and other friendly governments in this region to work with Liberia, a country with a unique history with the United States, to open up its economy and begin a new era. And with those words, I congratulate His Excellency on his election to the country, to his dedication to the principles of transparency, openness, and benefit for all Liberians. And in fact, the benefit should go to everyone in Guinea and in Ivory Coast and also the surrounding nations. Hydro Mines, the company that I had the privilege to found, has over 20,000 employees in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. We're proud of what we have done there, even with Chinese partners. And we worked in South Africa with Japanese partners. We welcome partnership all over the world. And today, we bring also a very strong South African partner who's sitting next to me, my old friend and mutual friend, Mr. Robert, who's come from South Africa to support all of our efforts. We will also invite the South African government to come and support this project. As an older brother in all of the African developments, we have a seasoned entrepreneur with the same name that I carry, and God willing, we'll be able to get this moving and quickly. We will announce the details of a working group to start the Liberty Corridor. The name will be the Liberty Corridor. There will be a corridor for telecommunications. There will be a corridor for energy. There will be a corridor for rail. And it will be a corridor that will allow the development of agricultural production, such as Firestone, which is ultimately held by Japanese interests, the Bridgestone Tire Company, and it will allow the development of mining resources as well, resources of which Liberia is very well blessed and is most underdeveloped. Those kind words, please await a more formal statement that will issue to the press, and I turn over this gavel to His Excellency the President of Liberia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and His Excellency will make 1 or 2 remarks, and then we will take just 3 questions, one from this side of the room, the other from this side of the room, and one from the radio people. So, yes, His Excellency, Mr. President.
Robert, Robert, and Brown, HPX, and members of your delegation, members of the cabinet, press. It's been less than a month since our inauguration, and to see that today we're sitting here to discuss the investment package, not just the benefit of the railway, but the kind of social, economic development around that is a big blessing to this country. We didn't believe it was going to happen so early, but I want to say we come with a new mentality in this country where we believe that we have to prove to our partners that we are serious with business, we're serious to be accountable, we're serious to be honest, and that corruption would not be a hindrance to this administration. I want to say thanks to all of you, our ministers, and all of you who have been involved in this exercise. That will prove to the world that we are ready for business. We are ready for Liberia to deliver goods to its citizens. I want to thank all of you for being here, and I want to say to the two Roberts, thank you very much. And in Liberia, to say the boss lady, thank you very much for this. This is a sad American investment in this country says a lot about the relationship we enjoyed over the years. Thanks again, and we can't wait to see this happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. And we'll take the first question from this end. You call your name, your institution, and keep your question to the point. And the other one, please raise your hand. Yes.
My name is Anthony J. Fang from the Atlantic Broadcasting Corporation. I have two questions, one for the President. So, Mr. President, thank you for opening up for such developmental initiative for our country. I'm concerned, how do you see the move by HPX? How do you see it with your mind in developing Liberia? Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take the next one there. Do you have a question? Yes.
Yeah. My name is Joseph Daniels, and I report for Boakai. So thank you for allowing us to have this meeting. Today we have a discussion, and we are now reading the press telling the Liberians about what was discussed. A lot of people will be concerned as to how soon Liberia will begin to reap the dividend of this discussion.
Thank you. The last question, and then we will respond to other eminent institutions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. President and Mr. Robert Finney. My name is Moses Fakolo, and I report for the University of Liberia Radio. My question is directed towards Mr. Finney. My understanding is that you tried to create the same multi-sectoral, that's multi-rural user partnership with the foreign government, which did not materialize. So what different this time are you bringing for which it's different in terms of negotiations and benefits to the people of Liberia? Maybe I should say, what is the employment benefit that people stand to gain from your investment?
Thank you. Just to go over the question for your understanding, the first question was in connection to Mr. President, what does this opportunity mean for Liberia? Okay, wonderful. So, Mr. Friedland will just reply to those, and how soon should we see actualization of these discussions, and also what's this discussion, how different is it going to be from engagement with the previous administration? Thank you.
Nothing is easy in life. This is quite different than what we've attempted in the past. I'm now going to introduce the Chief Executive Officer of HPX. The press has repeatedly and incorrectly reported that I, Robert Friedland, run HPX. There's no truth to that at all. The Chief Executive Officer is right here, Ms. Bronwyn Barnes. Our companies are investors in HPX, as are many American financial institutions. HPX is a completely independent American company, and we want to tell you there's nothing easy about infrastructure development. It takes a long time, a lot of effort for a multi-billion-dollar investment. What's different now is this is not a fight over the existing, tired, old railroad. This is a discussion about building a brand new rail and port for Liberia, open to everyone, open to agriculture, passenger traffic, and the mining industry. Engineered, designed, and constructed openly by an international consortium that we think can include the United States government and other friendly governments interested in helping this region. With that, I will introduce the real president and CEO of HPX, Ms. Bronwyn Barnes, to answer a few questions and clear up any confusion. Thank you.
So he's now asking some of his colleagues to answer some of the questions.
I'm very fortunate to not only be here in Liberia representing HPX to discuss this incredibly exciting opportunity. Also very fortunate to have as one of my shareholders and biggest supporters in Mr. Robert Friedland. So I really acknowledge the support that Mr. Friedland gives to HPX. As Robert said, I am the President and CEO of HPX. And here on my right is Ambassador Peter Farm, who is the Chairman of HPX. The letter of intent that we have signed today is to form a tripartite working group. And the members of the tripartite working group will be the government of Liberia. It will be Nyuma African Group, which is owned by highly respected businessman and entrepreneur Robert Grenade, who's sitting here on my left, and of course HPX as a US company that has operations both in Guinea and Liberia. The goal of our tripartite working group will be to reach an agreement very quickly. Within the next 30 days is our goal, to form an agreement as to how we will build, own, and appoint an independent operator to construct the Liberty Corridor. And as Mr. Friedland has pointed out, the Liberty Corridor is a brand new infrastructure investment. It will comprise a world-class railway connecting Guinea to the coast of Liberia. It will involve the construction of a new deep water port at a site to be determined in conjunction with our colleagues in the government of Liberia. It will involve the expansion of hydroelectric reticulation of energy along the Liberty Corridor. It will involve the upgrade of road from the Nyuma district of Guinea to the coast of Liberia, and it will also include high-speed fibre optic telecommunications infrastructure. So this is a massive project that has the potential to impact more than 2 million people who live within the footprint of the corridor. This is not an easy project. It will take time to work out the details. It will take time to find the right financial investors to support the project. But we're very confident that under the leadership of His Excellency the President's government of Liberia, that has such a strong commitment to now develop the economic potential of this country in an open and transparent and collaborative manner, that we will be able to progress with this project relatively quickly. So thank you all for your attendance today. We will be making a further press release later on, which will contain the details that I know that you will all be seeking, because everybody loves to see something in writing. So we are working on that as we speak. We will have that out for you later today, and thank you very much for the opportunity to talk with you.
Thank you very much, and thanks to the media for your coverage. And as you mentioned, there's going to be a communique that will outline these discussions that happened this morning and what you've heard. So we're going to work with the team so that we'll give you the details going forward. So again, thank you. Thank you all. This concludes this first step out. And the next thing that's going to happen, we're going to do like a group photograph of our people. So it's going to happen.
So that's it.
Okay, so I mean, we're supposed to do it by the seal here, so we'll ask our officials on this side to please properly line up, and then let's do that real quick.
So, folks, that's it. His Excellency President Joseph Nyuma Boakai has just received Mr. Robert, who is the CEO of HPX, a mineral company that wants to operate in Liberia under the leadership of His Excellency President Joseph Nyuma Boakai. This company is already operating in Guinea, and it wants to extend its operation in Liberia. So, like, listen to the team from the HPX, and they are ready to work with the Liberian government.
Everybody won't be in the photo, your one was
So folks, thanks so very kindly for following.